Ooh.
And here we go.
Hot. That's what's hot in the streets right now.
All right. Well, good afternoon. You're listening to Down to Earth on KYRS, Medical Lake Spokane, 88.1 and 92.3 FM. This is Down to Earth, your local weekly environmental news, perspective, and guest commentary show. I'm your host, Bart Mihailovich.
I'm your host, Paul Dillon. Thank you for joining us on our notorious NYE blowout.
We have a few surprises in store. Happy to be here on this last day of 2013. We're coming at you live from downtown Spokane. It's the calm before the storm down here. It's a little quiet right now. The buildings are a little quiet, but
we're not.
We're hoping to make it a little crazy. We have a special guest in the studio, a longtime guest, actually, been on a few times here in 2013, Kate Burke. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kate.
We're happy to have her. We got some people calling in. Paul's taking off his hoodie. It's getting a little warm in here already. We just got started.
Yeah.
You'll notice we switched out our intro music. This is a personal protest against Garrett McQuestion for not accepting an invitation to join us on this show.
Garrett McQuestion, I hope you are listening right now, and I hope you are just writhing in shame in your sweatpants.
Garrett's been our intro song for
4 years. 4 years. 4 years. That's how long we've been doing the show, surprisingly.
Yes. We don't have that right today. We decided to introduce you to what if Seinfeld theme song was still on TV today, the dubstep version of the Seinfeld intro song.
The Skrillex Spring Breakers version.
Yes, indeed. So we have some people calling in, so I don't even know where to get started, but I guess happy holidays to everybody. Happy end of 2013. Hope you're looking forward to 2014. I don't really know what else to say about that. Get the happies out of the way.
Let's get the happies out. Let's talk about some big events of the year. So we do have a guest today, Kate Burke. Kate, what were some of the highlights for you of 2013?
Probably, definitely, I think the best was the Project Hope fundraiser, for sure. That was the best.
Good. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't go to that, but
I missed it too.
It was awesome.
Way to have it on a night where we couldn't go.
Yeah.
Can you do better next year, maybe?
I'll try.
So it can
I'll
be
work on your schedule.
So it can be all of ours collective highlight.
Yeah, I mean, I have a severe case of FOMO, and I'm pretty disappointed that I missed out on that one. So
big time FOMO. Whenever I look at Facebook, I get FOMO.
Yes.
Or Instagram, I get the FOMOs. They're just every time I step outside my door, I get the FOMOs.
You just instantly want to be somewhere else when you walk outside.
Yeah,
there's something else better going on. I got to be there.
I got to be there. I got to be there now. Anything's better than this. FOMO. Do you know what FOMO is? FOMO is the fear of missing out.
It's that feeling you get when you see Instagram and you're like, oh man, someone's doing something so much cooler than I am. Look at Bart's playing Settlers of Catan. I really want to play that right now. That's what you had.
That's what I had, yeah.
You did have that,
Or if you're, like you said, Project Hope fundraiser, fear of missing out.
Yeah, I missed out on it. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, really sorry about missing out on that.
So, anyway, So, Paul, for you, how were your holidays? What have you been up to?
Holidays were good. I visited my folks over on the west side of the state and did some hiking and met up with a lot of old friends. Did some freestyle rap battling.
Naturally.
Yeah, actually, and when I got back into town, I challenged Jada to a freestyle rap. She's a legendary rapper in Spokane, and she wasn't biting what I was throwing out as bait. She just didn't even... I thought I had more hooks than a bait shop, but she puts the lean and clean and the ice and nice.
Wow.
So that was some of my time. No, I had a great time. I would just like to thank my brother, Nick Dillon, for getting me an amazing pair of sweatpants. I've not owned a really great pair of sweatpants in a long time. This is from a metal band called Black Breath. So thank you, Nick. Now I can relax and mosh at the same time.
That's what we all strive for as we hit into our 30s, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Most definitely.
30s are looking good. Yeah, that was a highlight. Turning 30 this year. I was born the year of the Jedi. The Return of the Jedi. And, everything for me is you're either born pre or post Jedi. That's kind of my my leveling off point for the way that I view people. So, yeah. No, what about you, Bart? How are your holidays?
Oh, holidays were great. I went back to Montana to see my family. Both my brothers were in, so that was fantastic. Oh, man, I don't even know. I did some fishing. I didn't catch anything. It was humbling. I got into a really serious conversation, actually debate that almost went to fisticuffs over Ja Rule, whether or not he was a good rapper or not.
What was your opinion?
I was on Team Ja Rule. I was lonely. I could have used someone else.
I should have been there.
You should. Yeah. See, there's so many reasons why you should have been in Montana. I don't know how. I mean, like I said, I didn't choose this life. I feel like this life kind of chose me for this moment. Like maybe I was put on this planet to defend Ja Rule. I will say that 6 Feet Underground is a fantastic rap song.
That is, yeah. And that's really funny. I was riding in the car with my brother, going up to Bellingham with my family, and the Ja Rule J-Lo song "I'm Real" came on because I'm real.
Classic.
The way you talk, the way bop. And my brother was just like, "I love this song with Ashanti." I was like, "Ashanti? Excuse me? No, it's not Ashanti. That's J-Lo."
Yeah,
she has amazing
the
stuff.
whole argument was based. So here's, I don't want to really get too into the weeds on this, but there was clearly like a Mount Rushmore of rap, right? It's Tupac, it's Biggie, it's Jay-Z, and then your fourth is a little debatable. I don't really know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I
would go with Nas.
I would not, but that's why music and art is great, because it just depends on who you are. Like things can influence you in a certain way. I really went back and forth. Is it Eminem or is it Snoop? I think Snoop has sort of this weird sort of like longevity to him that now he's kind of almost more of a character than anything. But if you go back and listen to some of the old stuff, it's pretty hard to beat.
I think it might be Snoop. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think Snoop is the.
Thank you. Thanks, Kate. We're on the same page today.
I think Snoop is the rap equivalent of Thomas Jefferson.
There you go. So we're not saying that Ja Rule is on the Mount Rushmore, but then there's like another level below that, and I don't even think he's there. And that's where the argument was really at. That was like people were arguing that he was below that next level, like below the mid level, and I'm like, no way. He's at least somewhere higher than average. Like he's at least better than average, which is really what we all strive for. That's where I came down.
That's fair.
It did open up a lot of arguments. It was like a Pandora's box of arguing over hip hop, and I then took my argument to argue for Too Short as also a very good rapper, which was clearly also unpopular. I don't know why.
Well, we're getting some live tweeting now from a listener who quoted you on. I don't really want to get too into the weeds on this, which I think sort of means that you don't want Snoop Dogg up there.
Who said that? That's very savvy.
Yeah,
I like it.
Thanks.
So
we don't for the connection.
Right, I gotcha. So we're not here to talk about Ja Rule and how good he is. We have lots of other things to talk about.
Yeah, but one thing that I am looking forward to in 2014 is Ja Rule's cookbook.
Wow.
Yeah, he's coming out with a cookbook, but it is strictly for microwavable meals that he learned during his stint in prison. So that might sound like your nightmare, Kate Burke.
I don't know that I would use that at all, ever.
Do you use a microwave?
No. It's in my kitchen.
Hell, I want to. Speaking of that, you don't use a microwave for health reasons. Well, you don't trust it. You think it's going to kill you?
It just
Processed, baby.
What takes a long time in an oven takes a not very long time in a microwave, and that's odd.
Mm-hmm.
You
saved my life this year with this whole deodorant situation.
So maybe I could save your life even more.
Yeah. I just want to.
I just quit using deodorant recently. I'm just done.
It's the way to
I
go.
don't use it anymore.
So much safer. But I will say, I was Christmas morning. I was going through my, with my family. I was opening my stocking. And you know how moms and dads, they put like the same thing in your stocking every year.
You got another.
And I always got like toothbrush, toothpaste, all that stuff.
Old Spice?
And I got some Old Spice. And I'm like, Mom, come on, are you trying to kill me here? What the hell is going on? This is awful. And I had to use that moment to educate my family. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You were basically there with me over Christmas, it seems like. So weird.
So yeah, you can make your own, or you can just do what I do and just not, after I ran out a while ago, I was just like, well, let's just kind of ride this. see how this
Your
goes.
body gets used to it.
Yeah.
I used to not use shampoo. I'd use apple cider vinegar and water for conditioner, and then baking soda and water for shampoo. It went really well.
It didn't really, after getting over the funk for a little bit, like a new kind of funk came in. And I was excited about that funk. It was less stanky. So we have...
you know how hard it is to find an audio clip of a New Year's Eve noisemaker? I've been doing it for 5 minutes. I can't find anything over
I
here.
looked it up too.
Nothing, huh?
No.
We wanted to have noisemakers in the studio for this special New Year's Eve
but
edition.
Marla Nelson stole them all.
Marla Nelson, who was our guest from Portland, who's been on several times. Marla, you stole all the noisemakers. What the heck's going on?
So wrong. So we're going to have our Texas correspondent, MC Huge, calling in a little bit.
In a minute or so? Or?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thinking so. So I'm excited about that.
I got a bone to pick with that guy.
Uh-oh.
Actually, how's he call his alma mater, University of Arizona, I believe, is playing in a bowl game right now. I hope he remembers that and remembers us.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is.
Too. Oh, here we go. Yes.
Hello there, caller. Are you with us?
Oh, yes, I am.
Hello, Colin. Welcome to Down to Earth on our special New Year's Eve edition.
Oh, man, I've actually been listening in. Happy New Year's to the three of you.
Happy New Year's to you. How are you? What are you watching your Wildcats play right now and calling at the same time?
They've already won it.
Good.
And just so you guys know, this is actually Texas legal correspondent MC Huge.
Oh, our Texas legal correspondent. So fill us in on all the interesting legal battles going on down in Texas right now. I know there's got to be a bunch.
Okay, well, first of all, I just wanted to say that as a disclaimer, nothing that I say should be construed as legal advice. Except for you guys, the whole Skrillex Spring Breakers version of Seinfeld intro. I hope that ASCAP and BMI doesn't come after you for that. But especially directed at you, Paul.
Oh, well, I really do appreciate that. But you know what they say, Twin Towers are imposters. So
they are imposters.
I'm not too worried about it.
And it's New Year's Eve. I mean, we normally have 7 listeners. Now we probably have like 4 today. So, I mean, I don't really think we're in that much jeopardy. But you're right. It's always better to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, I mean, I also wanted to weigh in this whole rap argument. First of all, I heard the rap battles from Bellingham, and they were class. They were just boss.
Yeah, appreciate that.
But as far as you know, I feel like an architect that people often forget is Dr. Dre and his both the Chronic and the Chronic 2001. You just really can't get any better than those albums. So I just want to throw that out there.
That's true. However, Snoop wrote all the rhymes on Chronic. Eminem wrote most of the rhymes on Chronic 2001. And when you listen to Dre rap now, Kendrick Lamar's written most of his raps. So...
That's perfect. Well, so I also wanted to, I'll give you that. I also think that the entire Rushmore of rap should just be the Wu-Tang Clan. And I know that Bart agrees with me there. So.
Yeah, Colin, we do share that same opinion of music, and the Wu-Tang Clan and the Grateful Dead. We both see eye to eye on that. So I actually
there's not much else though.
Yeah, that's just the. Are you saying that's the Mount Rushmore of like all music? You just have the Grateful Dead and then Wu-Tang Clan, and that's it.
That's actually 100% true.
Okay, all right. Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan is really tough to go. It's just so hard because there's so many personalities and so much creativity there. Like it's hard to just put a grouping up there.
It's true. It's like here in Texas with politics. People really like Ted Cruz. He's a very influential character. But Austin's a little bit different. Ted Cruz's reviews are about as scathing as David Caruso's switch from television to film. So you have to be careful.
I would like Ted Cruz more if he didn't have a Z in his name. If he spelled it like Tom Cruise, I think it'd be a lot better. The Z just really throws me. I'm just so sick of the letter Z. If anything, I hope 2014 gets rid of Z.
We really, we have to be careful with that too because, as Paul knows, I've been a victim to a drone strike. So, I really should just pass over that issue entirely. So my apologies.
I will never forget the drone strike. And did you see that Washington got passed over for drone tests? Does that make you a little?
I did.
But what people don't know is that they were drone testing in Spokane on your primary mode of transportation.
I know that's reckless. Is what it is. You know, they should really rethink that. But I just wanted to touch on one other thing. I honestly, what did you call it when you feel that you're missing out? Because I really feel like I'm missing out with the three of you.
FOMO.
I know you are.
Yeah, I have kind of FOMO. You know, like honestly, sometimes I just want to stroll into cruise boots or make political endorsements on a karaoke mic at Litz's at about 2 a.m. True 2 a.m. The straight Spokane stuff. But I'm really just studying international law here at the University of Texas. But so, really I've been studying a lot of Mexican law, and it's not so much like David Caruso's role in Proof of Life. It's more Steve Buscemi in Desperado. So I'm just burning heat missiles and fighting bad guys. And that's all I've been doing. So I just want to let you guys know.
I'm curious, Colin. How much did you prepare for this interview? I feel like you're just bringing material out of all over the place. You're just locked and loaded for this interview. I really appreciate it.
I know. You're welcome. That's all about I have guys. But you guys are going to want to make sure you ask Kate about my pole skill. So,
go ahead. Let's talk about it. Kate's here. Let's open this conversation up.
Well, let's just say he probably would have gotten some dollars in his underwear if there were dollars to be given on his pole dancing skills.
So what's what happened, Colin? You didn't bring it that day?
Well, I actually, I don't know if I've talked about this on this show before, but I actually went to the Dominican Republic and won a pole dancing contest in the past. And so I was telling that to Kate, and Kate was like, well, let's go to Herbs and check it out and see if you really have those skills. Let's say it wasn't my A game. There were some better people out there, but I did climb to the top and slide down. So if that's any indication, I do know how to.
You're in good company. Firefighters, Ghostbusters, Colin McHugh.
There you go. Hey, Colin. Before we leave you, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? What are your plans?
Well, I actually had plans to go to Vegas, but I'm running a little low on cash. I didn't make enough dollars at Herbs. So I'm planning on just going and going to a restaurant that my friend bartends at, and just trying to see if I can get some free drinks and really not remember the New Year at all. But
fantastic.
We'll see.
Just be careful out there. Make sure on the walk home. I don't know what the temperatures are like down there, but just make sure your Survivor Man boots are tied really tight. And be careful out there, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, it's been an honor, and I will listen into the rest of the show. But it was good to talk to you, and it was good to see you guys all over in Spokane over the break.
Likewise, Colin. Take care down there, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
All right. Well, that was our Texas correspondent keeping a pulse on things down in Austin.
Yeah, Colin's been on, I think, twice in studio as a guest when he was a law student at Gonzaga. Now he's on to bigger things down in Texas.
We first met Colin working on the first coal export forum that we had.
It was actually, and it was even before that. It was when we did the first ever Coal Hard Truth Forum at the Lincoln Center.
Right, yes.
Before the big Longview before the big Cherry Point hearing in Spokane, Colin was a law student at Gonzaga helping work on that, and since then has become a regular contributor to this show and a friend and a planner of rafting trips. We did a little trip down the Spokane River for his farewell, which was interesting to say the least.
And a pole dancer.
And a pole dancer, apparently.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have our pulse down on Texas because that's really a market we should be breaking into down there. I feel like we'd have a lot in common with a lot of people in Texas. So.
I think so. For a long time, like during the Bush years, it was kind of hard. But now I feel like good things are coming out of Texas, like Colin.
There you go. So we've got a few more guests lined up to be calling in today.
Yeah.
Paul, you've been kind of manning the schedule here today, so good on you. It should be noted that next week's show will be your last show live for about a month or so.
Yeah, I'll be calling in.
You're calling though, right?
Yeah, I will. I'll be going over to Olympia. Very excited about that. But it's going to be a pretty short session. Fingers crossed. There's going to be some good environmental bills coming up. Fourth time around for the toxic toys bill. So see what happens with that, and some good environmental legislation that we'll be tracking. So,
and we'll get updates from you and updates from you too, Kate. Hopefully you can join in on some calls from Olympia and tell us what's going on.
Definitely.
Could you maybe tell us what it's like sharing a residence with Paul and our other Olympia correspondent who will be calling in here shortly?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll let you know how it goes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
But can we go back to the Z thing?
Yeah, I hate Z.
I know you hate Z's, but can we keep bowls in Spokane?
Bowls?
Yeah, the bar.
No, we can't.
Why?
Absolutely.
Please, that's the only Z.
No, we
just
cannot.
That one Z.
First of all, that's an awful bar.
I love that bar.
And it's got a good location. I'll agree with you there.
They play
it's
really
convenient.
good hip hop.
Okay. All right. They've got a good golf machine there, golf arcade game. That's pretty fun.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, you have. It's right by the bar.
I've been too busy dancing.
We have a listener right now who I know for a fact hates Z's more than I do.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have another guest on this show today who hates Z's even more than that. It's just this thing that everyone knows I was in Montana for Christmas, and it's all over there too. All these restaurants and bars using Z's in their names, and just a little fed up with it.
The added Z?
The added Z.
Like buds and suds, and buds with a Z, and
it's lazy. It's a bad fad.
Do you just want to get rid of the letter Z altogether?
No, not really. I mean, if you're listening out there, your name is Zach. I'm sorry, or Ezekiel. I don't know, but I
just replace all Z's with S's.
Here's a couple other fads I really didn't enjoy. Chipotle, not the restaurant, just the flavoring was a fad. Now it's just kind of taken over. I was against it for a while. I've just fallen in line with it. Pomegranate is another one. I feel like that was just this big time fad.
I like pomegranate. I like a little pomegranate seeds in my salad.
Yeah, or in your Chardonnay.
How hard is a pomegranate to get into though? It's just ridiculous. It's just too much work. Yeah. I'm not into that. I don't like to work that hard. So there's like Z's is up there with that fad. I'm sure there's lots of other ones.
So your comedian nightmare is Aziz Ansari.
No, actually, really enjoy that. That's the ironic part. Yeah, and he probably really likes pomegranates. I'm sure too.
Yeah,
and really like
just,
him.
Just for the record, Bowls has really changed. It really has. They've really upped their game.
No, it's not that bad
I've only
of a
been
place.
robbed once there.
Yeah,
our mutual friend Jed Whitaker is a big fan of Bowls. We've spent a few nights there together. He likes that place a lot.
Yeah, he does. Well, it was a sad day in there when Paul Walker died.
Oh, we're going there, huh? That was a big story of 2013.
That was.
You're opening that up, huh?
I didn't want to.
He's about to cry.
Are you okay over there?
No, I'm not. No, it's sad.
His brother is going to just take his place for the next Fast and the Furious. Didn't you hear?
No.
Yeah, his brother's a stunt double in some of the movies, and how he's just moving right into the role. This is like Bizarro World stuff here. How does this even? I guess it works. The franchise will go on.
It must. It always will.
I mean, it has Vin Diesel still.
Yeah, Vin's amazing. He's incredible. He's got a lot of depth, Dominic, and now The Rock's in it, and Jason Statham, and Kurt Russell,
That girl's still in it, right?
Michelle Rodriguez.
That girl, yeah.
Yeah,
Jordana
Jordana Brewster.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Paul knows all.
Oh, I knew. That girl. So we got our New York correspondent calling in here shortly.
So, do you have any New Year's resolutions, Paul?
I don't know. I never do those.
You never do those, Kate?
I don't believe in them.
I have one.
What is it?
I want to be a better communicator.
Oh.
That's good.
Is this your first practicing by coming on the radio with us today?
No.
Oh.
No, it doesn't start till tomorrow.
Oh.
So I'm really horrible at communicating tonight.
Just don't talk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is
I
your
use like symbols sometimes, and people don't understand what they mean.
like emoticons.
Yeah.
Emojis.
Yeah, I do emojis a lot. So I should probably stop doing the emojis because that's hard to communicate.
Just write out, I am happy face. I am laughing out loud.
Face. I'm sticking out my tongue and winking my eye at the same time.
Good. That'll be nice to see.
Emojis can be so much fun though, and
They are fun.
it's sort of like it's the other person's fault for not getting them.
That's kind of a fad. How do you feel about emojis?
I'm a big fan. Sometimes I write out entire stories just
Right?
using those.
You can do like little arrows. Like,
Oh, that's
to be
fun.
Like, oh, and
I feel like that's creative. I mean, you can get really creative with those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend Chelsea and I only speak in emojis. back
Wow.
and forth.
That takes skill.
Yeah. So it's really, sometimes it's hard to text.
I don't know if what this says about me as a person, but they use that has like the sheet of the most used, the ones you use the most often.
What's on
Mine are
the
like the needle, the gun, the bomb. I mean,
I just went to my most recents, and it's a horse, it's a ghost with a patch eye, microphone, a guy with a mustache, 2 pitchers of beer, a poop that's smiling with eyes in it, and a duffel bag of money, a martini, a whale. So I don't know what that's interesting to think about what that
Mine's
says.
The turtle is the first one. The little turtle.
Oh,
That's my favorite.
Ooh, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one. The beer one, yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
has the beer one.
Everyone has that
On
one.
that top one.
the one that uses emojis.
have
I'm
a
too
clear-
drunk to text. I'm just gonna send this to
I'm
you.
just gonna send you 12 beers.
I have the clarinet. I don't really know. I don't really
Clarinet.
recall using the clarinet very often, but
I
apparently
have
I
the
do.
gun on mine too.
Yeah,
That's a little Kenny G-ish.
Yeah, well, I recently got into watching YouTube videos. So the tuba is having
Yeah.
a resurgence. I don't know if you've, especially around the holidays. There was I don't know if like flash mobs are still a thing, but in Portland a couple weeks ago, like 400 tuba players showed up downtown Portland and played Christmas carols like just randomly. And apparently this is something that's been emulated from like all over the country. And I don't know why we're talking about tubas right now, but I just found that's what I've been watching on YouTube lately.
Whoa, there's some interesting things that you can do with emojis that I found out. There's a sort of weird, like, racist thread there that I don't know. That I want to know who's behind the emojis. Who comes up with these things? Who's sitting around saying, "This is what people need."
Yeah.
Well,
a
I'll
pile
tell
of
you-
poop with a smile on it. Like that's
Yeah.
a great idea.
There's
Yeah.
no color
Who
in
came
emojis.
up with that?
How come they're all white faces?
No, there's
There's a man in
No.
there's a man in a turban.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a 9/11 hijacker in there.
See?
oh, yes, indeed there is. Well, we promised you things would get weird, and now we're talking about emojis. So I guess that's just what happens. We are waiting for a caller to call in. Excited for that.
And you are listening to KYRS Medical Lake Spokane, 88.1 and 92.3. This is our New Year's Eve bonanza. Bum, 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 bum.
See, we don't have the noisemaker sounds, but we have Paul, the sound man, working for us.
Yep.
I will give a quick update where I'm looking at.
Michael Winslow's from Spokane, so I've got to try and up my game.
He's the greatest Spokaneite of all time, right?
Agreed. Well, not quite. There's Craig T. Nelson.
Oh, Coach. Yeah.
Yep. And then Kate Burke.
I mean, we're accepting tweet votes for this. If anyone's listening, they could vote on who's
Vote
a
for
better
Kate.
Spokaneite. Oh, Kate Burke,
Okay.
Craig T. Nelson, or Michael Winslow.
That's a good
That's
three.
the vote. That's
Come on,
the
you guys,
poll that's
vote for
open.
me.
Yeah.
Just a quick update as we end the year too. The solar panel at the main market has not been fixed.
Hold on.
I'm wondering when
Let's
that's
go
going
to
to get
this. Hold on.
fixed. I mean,
Solar panel update. Here we go. Hold on.
Yeah.
Nope, not fixed.
Nope, not fixed. There it is. There is our end of the year solar panel update. Hopefully
how
2014.
long do you
13.
think it's going to take for it to get fixed in 2014?
I'm going to put my money on March.
I was
yeah.
gonna say March.
Well, it looks like they installed new panels up on the roof. Those are different, but it is glaring that there is a large dent, and it's pretty.
How much does one of those cost?
About $5.
Oh, so it should be a quick fix. Like, what's going on?
You could go buy an Apple over there or a solar panel.
Okay.
Your
Oh,
choice.
Gotcha.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, it's kind of sad to look at, actually. Still just seeing that the solar, it's worse than Panda Watch.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's almost as sad as the little white tarp
Yeah, what
room
is
that they installed over at Zola for tonight. Apparently,
Oh, it's just for
I
tonight.
guess I don't
thought
know.
they were gonna do it like all winter.
It kind of reminds me of the time that we spent. I don't know if you were there, Paul, on New Year's Eve. It was about 3 years ago down here at the little tiny bar down the next block
Riff?
over, Riff.
Riff, yes.
They installed one of those in the back for New Year's Eve, and I decided that let's go spend New Year's Eve at the smallest place possible, and it was in that
That's a
room.
great idea.
It wasn't such a good idea. No, it was really cold, and people were smoking in that thing. And I feel like the smoke combined with the plastic walls was really creating like a toxic environment. I almost died, I feel like. But,
Oh, gosh.
so not good, but
Yeah, don't go there again.
we're not going to go there. We're not trying to discourage anyone from going across the street either, but it looks a little... Does it look tacky? Can we say that?
I think it's tacky.
Okay, it looks
Yeah,
tacky.
yeah,
I
it's a little tacky.
I was a little worried when I walked by.
Yeah.
But the Riff is that is quite that's quite the place to be, I think, in the event of an apocalypse or like 12-12-12, which really didn't come to fruition because it is a bunker. I mean, it's basically a bomb shelter.
Inside Riff?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I think so too. I always feel really safe in there. I always, when I walk through the doors,
Safe
if
is like the first word that comes to mind.
I always judge a bar when I walk in. Like, what would happen if a giant earthquake hit right now? Where would I want? Would I be safe? And I
Then
think,
you're like, we need to leave if you don't feel safe.
yeah,
Leave?
I
You leave
think
the bar?
I leave mostly. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm always living in a state of fear for earthquakes and other natural disasters to occur.
You just can't go outside anymore.
No. I mean, well, Riff, we just declared that as a safe zone. So
We
Yeah.
can go to the Rift now.
Oh, I think our phone's blowing up over there.
Oh, it's blowing
Yeah.
up.
Hello.
got the phone blowing up. Who's on the line?
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, how are you? It's everything. Everything's going great.
Good. This is
Yeah.
This is Lane Koivu, a longtime Down to Earth supporter, calling from.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from exactly?
I'm in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, northern end.
I do. Sorry.
I apologize for the lateness. I had an accident with my dog.
Oh, is
He's all over the sidewalk.
I was going to say,
He's not curbed. He is not curbed currently.
but
Yeah, he's had a little bit of problems. There's a lifestyle change. Thanks for asking.
the dog. I was just wanting to make sure that the dog was okay.
Yeah, the dog was fine.
I just hear
But
dog.
I
just hear dog in accident in New York City, and
Yeah, I mean, bringing a dog out here, you're asking for it. But, I'm relieved. He's relieved. We're both okay.
That's good to hear, Lane.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
really
ready to
happy.
go.
Yeah, it's been a long time since Lane and Bart have been able to have a little chat.
Has been. I've missed
Yeah,
you.
how you doing, buddy?
Fantastic. I saw some rap battle videos of you over the holidays. You're just sharp as ever. Congratulations.
Oh, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So just judging from that, it looks like you're doing well. So it's good to see.
Yeah. I hear you're doing great as well.
I'm not
Up that
actually
river?
awful. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm just kidding. I'm happy to have you call in. This is actually a trap. I had Paul get you on the radio so we could gang up on him and talk about how awful his end of the year music selection is. So are you ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Queens
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Stone
just
Age,
go to
bring
the
it
party.
on, baby, bring it on. Number
Yeah, I know. Death Heaven was a great record. That was one of my favorites. The obvious omissions. I think Paul's, I think he's pursuing someone who might not be a big fan of Empire Weekend, so he left it off the list. It's okay. But I actually did catch Paul. When I went to see Paul in Spokane recently, I saw the vinyl. It was unwrapped. It had been played multiple times. It was on his turntable.
busted, buddy.
Actually,
busted.
the song Hannah Hunt had so many grooves in it that you couldn't even play it anymore without skipping a couple of beats.
I gotta admit something to you guys. I do drink a lot of horchata. I love that horchata. I drink it up.
Oh, God.
I drink it up. And Lane,
Drink it up, baby.
we also have a guest on the show right now, Kate Burke. Kate, say hello to Lane.
Hello.
Hi.
And we were actually talking about our rap Mount Rushmore. So
You rap what?
rap Mount Rushmore.
Four guys. Four
Four
rappers.
rappers who would be on the rap Mount Rushmore. And so we've decided that it's Biggie, Pac, and Jay-Z, but it's hard to find the fourth.
Oh, man. I would say Biggie, Pac, Daikon, and Daikon. I think Jay-Z might have been up there, but he's probably kicked off by now. No. How about, I don't know.
Yeah, sorry to put you on the spot, but this is live. This is live radio. You gotta come with the gasp.
Too Short, E40.
Too Short. There you go.
Too short. Yeah.
He comes up again.
There we go. Paulie. No, he's too academic. Bored. Falling asleep. Yeah.
I think Too Short would definitely be the Thomas Jefferson of
Too
rap.
Short would be great. Big Boy, Andre 3000. Shout out to Public Housing. Brought the whole hood with me.
What about
that was a Jay-Z line.
Yeah, that was good. What about Common?
His name says it all, baby.
All right, so hey, can we get you on
Common? Come on.
So here's another hotspot one for you, Lane. Every time we've had a guest on this year, we've asked them if they could have one musical act, someone who has passed away, or maybe a band that is broken up, get back together for a show that you'd go see. Who would that be?
Ooh, I have to say Lou Reed.
Oh,
kind of predictable. I
too
saw that
soon.
coming.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. You knew it was coming.
Wow. So would it be Velvet?
But it wouldn't be Velvet Underground. It would be Lou Reed.
Yeah.
Right after Transformer came out. Yeah, when he was with Bowie. I don't think he ever toured with Bowie. All the dogs pee.
Just.
Or maybe actually Iggy Pop, and like Lust for Life, Idiot, like 1977. David Bowie is touring on keyboard. I just went home and my uncle told me he saw that show.
Wow.
And he said it was incredible.
Wow. Which uncle?
My Uncle Tim.
Oh, wow.
My dad's brother. They grew up in Washington. He saw Iggy Pop after he released Idiot. Idiot and Lust for Life were released in the same year, 77. But in between those two albums, they toured, and David Bowie was like the band leader on keyboard.
Yeah,
and I heard it was just
that would be pretty
so I'd probably
pretty
see that
amazing
over anybody.
Yeah,
but I gotta throw it out to Lou Reed. I wish I could have been on the Lulu tour, but unfortunately I passed. Didn't know he was gonna kick the bucket.
Yeah, you were gonna go see him, right? You were gonna go see him speak.
Yeah. He was gonna speak at somewhere. I forgot where he was gonna speak, but it was with this guy I had interviewed at the New York Public Library. He was interviewing Lou Reed. And they were talking about Edgar Allan Poe, believe it or not.
Wow.
But, it was scheduled long before he got sick, or long before they knew he was sick. And it was like 5 days after he died. It's a bummer. Because there wasn't much of a difference hearing him perform or speak. You got the same amount of energy.
the same amount of energy.
Yeah.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
He brought it.
Yeah.
I would say like post Berlin, he just stopped singing, but it's great. I mean,
I'll give it up for Metal Machine music.
Let's just say, when he was hot, he was hot. When he was cold, he was frigid, baby.
So we do have someone tweeting in saying that we forgot about Q-Tip on the Mount Rushmore of rap.
Wow. People are polarized about this. You know what we should do before before we go out, we gotta keep Lane on, and we gotta play him the Seinfeld remix.
All right.
We'll do that in a couple minutes.
What time's our baseball correspondent calling in?
Oh, I think he can't make it today.
Oh, well, Lane, lucky you. We've got you
for a couple extra, couple extra minutes. So, Lane, what are your thoughts on New Year's resolutions? Do you believe in them? Do you have one?
Yeah, I think they're good. I mean, what's mine?
After seeing the Wolf of Wall Street, are you inspired?
Yeah, I'm going into finance. It's the easiest way to get drugs.
Wait! What did you say your New Year's resolution was?
To eat more. I want to eat a little more pork products.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
So here's
mainly the skins.
Here's what I tried last
More potato skins.
Here's what I did last year. Here, you guys, feel free to copy this, anyone that's listening. I don't come up with New Year's resolutions until February, and then I just randomly decide I'm going to do things differently every month, and then I have 40 of them. And I always tell my wife every time, I'm like, that's going to be my New Year's resolution for March, and I just make up these random things I never really follow through with. But I do, I don't start anything till February, because I like January to be, I like to live debaucherous and have a debaucherous lifestyle all through January. It's healthy. It's the wintertime. But drinking more water. I've always been a big fan of every year drinking more water. So I don't know. I've done it for a couple of years. I might actually drown myself this year if I don't be too careful. But
you're going to waterboard yourself.
I'm going to waterboard myself.
They're going to have to move you to a saltwater reservoir.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
Yeah, indeed.
No, I agree. Be healthier. Everyone wants to be healthier. I want to. I like exercising, but I go in fits and spurts. I'll exercise a lot, then quit. I'll exercise for 2 weeks, quit for 53, and then pick it up at the end of the year.
And then, like Kate said, then you'll eat a lot of pork.
It's going to be a great year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great year.
I want to eat better. I ate some fast food Chinese last night, and it just sounds so good.
And it tears you up, huh?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah. But, I just got a dog. I'm hoping to train him.
Not pee on the sidewalk?
Yeah, he's peed again. But, yeah. I don't know. Hope to become a good rapper. Been trying for years.
That's a great goal.
That was a nice freestyle session up in Bellingham.
That was a hip hop opera. I mean, that lasted about 3 hours.
That was some operatic. If an opera is only defined by how long it is, and that was definitely a hip hop opera.
Well, also, I mean, I think you got to add the dramatic aspect to it, and
yes.
it was so dramatic in terms of when is this going to end, and it never did.
Yeah.
It was like the DOS boot director's cut.
Wow.
That made the Odyssey look like green eggs and ham. Might not be an insult.
All right.
Depending on the audience.
Any exciting New Year's plans, Lane? You doing anything tonight? You gonna watch that? Is the ball gonna drop? Or are you gonna be there?
The ball's gonna drop. But I'm sure you guys know this too. As you get a little bit older, you get a little more wise about your New Year's decisions. So I probably won't be going out to a lot of bars. Just gonna go to my friend's house, and then I'll probably stick around my neighborhood, but I don't think I'll be going to Manhattan and getting all crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Subways are a nightmare.
Really,
Bars are just crazy, and there's just way too much going on.
People
You don't end up hanging out with anybody. You're just moving around.
So many people fly in to New York just for New Year's Eve. I mean, that's part of it, right?
Yeah, it's weird. I got in yesterday. It was insane, and then I had to pick up my girlfriend today. Ugh, airports are a nightmare right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But, yeah, it comes with the territory, but it's there to stay, as close to home base as you can, unless you want to pay $40 for a cab that gets you there half as fast as a subway.
Well, do you want to?
I'm going to go Rob Ford tonight, baby, and you know that!
After thinking about
maybe I smoked it in a drunken stupor, but I don't remember nothing.
Thinking back to the best stories of 2013, I think Rob Ford he ends up at the top of every list. Just this sweaty, Chris Farley, I mean, he's so bonkers.
My absolute favorite is when he was going to go to this Canadian Football League game, and he asked for a ticket, and they're like, "No, please don't come. Please don't come, sir. We really don't want you to come." So he comes. He shows up at the game wearing a jersey, and just randomly he just sits wherever he wants. He steals someone's seat, and then orders a giant thing of hot wings, and just gets hot wing stuff all over his face, and eats hot wings while they're trying to kick him out of his seat because he stole a seat. And that's what he does. He just does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and he worries about it. He actually, I mean, let's not get too out of control with this, but he kind of lives life how we all should live life. Just do whatever you want. Just be comfortable.
He's kind of like Jonah Hill in The Wolf of Wall Street.
I love it. I love his lifestyle. I mean, aside from maybe
yeah,
the crack habit.
Unless he's living on the taxpayer's dime, which whatever, but it's Canada. I don't expect anything more out of those guys. No, I'm kidding. No,
Jeez,
it's just a funny story.
Yeah.
I've only heard like the scandals, but
Yeah, no one from Canada will
Definitely an
ever
interesting guy.
ever listen to this show again.
he just seems like. No, I love Canada. Let me get it clear. But
Good. I'm glad we
I just think
cleared that up.
Yeah.
That's a funny. The story just came out of nowhere, and it was just
Ooh.
too absurd to be believed.
Yeah. Well, you know, Lane, we're winding down here, so we're gonna play out a song that would make Jesse Fights probably lose his mind. So let's do it.
All right, baby.
Just hold
Happy
on.
New Year, you two. I love you guys.
Love you too, baby. Here we go.
I'm gonna be coming over there in June, so ow!
Ow! Let's listen to this.
So that's probably what Lane thinks about that song.
All right.
All right. Well, anyway, we're out of time. That was fun and wild. Kate, thanks for joining us here.
Oh,
any
thanks for having me.
parting words of 2013 that you want to share with our listeners? They all probably hung up or stopped listening by now, but there might be some out there.
Register your fruit trees.
There we go.
There we go.
Spokane Fruit Tree Project.
There we go. All right. Well, Kate, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Co-host
Happy New Year.
Butch.
Sundance.
Happy New Year, everyone. We'll be back next week with another live show, and I promise we'll get back to some environmental issues and really talking about what we usually talk about on the show. But that was fun. We had a good time. Thanks for sticking with us on that one. So,
All right.
for Down to Earth, I'm Bart Mihailovich.
And Paul Dillon, we're off to party.